Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another movie review. And reviewing I would say is a very fun comedy that I think it's not very well. Obviously, it's like so hilarious, but it's still a very funny comedy, and especially starring a guy who was gone way too soon. He had a lot of potential for future films, and he passed away way too early, and it sucks. Yeah, I enjoyed him. So, and who passed away too soon, gone before us? So that was of Chris Farley. And what film I'm talking about with Chris Farley, I think I had some fun with, and that is of Beverly Hills Ninja. Now, Beverly Hills Ninja was a film that was like the first. This is like the first film that I saw of Chris Farley that introduced me way back when I was little. And I enjoyed Chris Farley. This is, like I said, it sucks that he, is what happens when you do drugs. When it just takes a toll on you, and then you just give out. So, yeah, so young at the age of 33, died of a drug overdose. Gone way before our time, his time, and he just had a lot of potential going from making future films. As I love Tomboy, I enjoy Black Sheep. With his best friend co-star David Spade. I enjoy both those flicks, and I enjoy Beverly Hills Ninja. So this is like one of the last films he did before he passed away. This was released in January 1997. He died later at the end of the year in December of 1997. And it also what sucks that I mentioned probably before though, but he was originally Chris Farley. What does it here? That he was going to voice Shrek. I would have loved to see. Apparently, he did record like most of his dialogue for Shrek before he passed away, but Mike Myers came in and said he didn't want to sort of redo the whole thing. So, but you can find online though there is like some footage of Chris Farley voicing Shrek. Like they said, this was the scene where they're at the campfire and they're talking to each other around the campfire. So, and yeah. I thought that Chris Farley he would have played a good Shrek. I like the first Shrek film. Mike Myers he was fine. He still is fine as Shrek though. But I would love to see a whole movie what the Chris Farley would have done when he voiced Shrek. Him voicing along with there is the one footage with him voicing with Eddie Murphy. So, but yeah. I think he would have played a good Shrek. Such a shame, though. But I enjoyed Beverly Hills Ninja. But I just want to bring that up because if anyone knows that he about Shrek, Chris Farley would have voiced him. And there is, you can still actually you can find it on YouTube about the Shrek Chris Farley, and there's some footage of him voicing Shrek. So, but that's too bad. But I thought he did a good job in this film, Beverly Hills Ninja. Yeah, even though it's silly, whimsy, or you can call it, I thought he played a good job in this film. It's directed by Dennis Dugan, who directed plenty of Adam Sandler movies, like Happy Gilmore, which that's my favorite Adam Sandler film. Billy Madison, Big Daddy. I think he also did Mr. Deeds too, and Don't Mess with the Zoan. And then, of course, Jack and Jill. Better than Jack and Jill. I'll tell you that right now. This is much better than Jack and Jill. It's one of the worst Adam Sandler's films. It's thanks to Adam Sandler. I think this is a lot funnier than That's My Boy. Or Jack and Jill. Piece of garbage. But Dennis Dugan... Well, I know Dennis Dugan. He didn't direct That's My Boy, though. But I'm saying this is a lot funnier than both those films. Although he did direct Jack and Jill. Better than any of those movies, though. So, he did fine directing this film. So, Chris Farley, how the story goes, Chris Farley, the tale is that, about the guy who narrates, is, where was the guy? who is the sensei. Tell us about the story that of the Great White Ninja. Be the best. Soon-Tek, which he also would go and voice Mulan's father in the movie Fa Mulan, in the Disney's Mulan. And he was also in Missing in Action 2 and a couple other films as well. He plays a sensei, and they find out there's this treasure chest. There's this baby, and which will grow up to be Chris Farley, and he's basically the worst thing though, and he has a brother played by Robert Shou. Goes to Gabi, Gabi if that's pronounced the name, but Gabi. Robert Shou, who played Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat. Of course, it was in the remake of Death Race as well as 14K. But I liked him in Mortal Kombat. He came back in the sequel, Annihilation. That was a piece of garbage. Although he came back for that, though. And all the mishaps that he's done, he's not given the power. He's not been called. It sounds like he's not being not calling him in. He hasn't been given the name Ninja like his brother has, and all the other has. So, and then one night a woman comes in by the name of Sally Jones, but it's a false name. Ask him that, are you a ninja, and ask for his help. Gives him this thing with his number, and which Chris Farley has taken to a liking later. So he likes the girl, and goes to Beverly, and it's in Beverly Hills, and says yes to it, and it's a funny hijinks that he tells his sensei, which is kind of like a father figure to him, tells him about this, and you know what, just to give me a chance to prove that I am the Great White Ninja, and he accepts, so sends him on his way to Beverly Hills. And as a lot of these learn, he hasn't came to America, so he says fully doesn't understand a lot of things. Like, it's funny how he knows how to drive, and when he he's ahead of somebody, and one drives up in front and says, "Thanks, asshole." He's like, "You're welcome." And when he gets to a hotel, and about the valet parker, he goes and says the same thing. "Thanks, asshole." He's like, "You're welcome, sir." Or when he gets in front of the entrance of the hotel, he takes his shoes off, and then there's this guy who sweeps and just takes his shoes away. This happens a couple of times as well, where he walks up, takes his shoes off, and the guy takes it away, and then a third time walks up, takes his shoes off, takes it away. And then you have Chris Rock in this. It was nice to see. It was cool to see Chris Rock with Chris Farley. Two Chris's. Chris Rock, Chris Farley. But it was cool to see them together. Although Chris Rock, he hasn't appeared in it that much, though, sad to say. But he plays this bellhop named Joey. And, Chris Farley, gives him some tips on how to be a ninja. For one thing, he's, doing this thing with his chicken. And you don't see this way, you don't see much of him. He pops in every now and then because he's chasing the chicken from a tip that Chris Farley said. And, he's following, Sally Jones. We found out her name is Allison. And where she's with this guy named Tangley, played by Nathaniel Parker. Yeah, Nathaniel Parker. And goes to this place, he'll look at this club, and it's not a strip club, but it's not, you don't see no girls stripping because this is PG-13, so. But you see him, he's kind of dancing with the stripper on the pole, and you see Chris Farley do some cartwheels and stuff. For a guy his size, I thought it was kind of impressive. He was doing some cartwheels and stuff. So yeah, I thought that was kind of impressive. But you see him getting better, but towards the end of the film, he's doing some physical stuff. So, like, for a guy who his size, you know, back then, and I'm not making fun of him. It's like, he for a guy his size, he's doing like some spin kicks. He's doing cartwheels. So yeah, I give him kudos for doing all that stuff on his own. I thought it was also while this is going on, his brother Robin Shou, he's been like following him, make sure he's stay out of trouble and all that stuff, and he's using some disguises as well. So, and when he gets to this to the guy's place, meets him with the girl Allison, played by Nicollette Sheridan. Tells him that this guy killed his sister. So, and also the part of this bad guy's operation is that he's in this this money counterfeiting business. That this deal he's doing, and he with these plates for both sides of the bill. And he does a couple of things, and even kind of impresses the girl, like, oh, nice job, you know. So, and eventually one thing leads to another. We're getting towards like the end where they're on to him, and at times he gets gets accused of murder because the bodies are right next to him, or when the girl gets taken. Or before that, there's another guy that they had tied up. You know, like he takes like this mushroom. It's kind of like a laughing mushroom where you laugh and tell the truth. Like all three of them, with the guy that they tied up, and Nicollette Sheridan, Chris Farley, they all inhale the stuff, and they're all like laughing and telling the truth and all that. There's a little. You can see you get like bits of good comedy. That's like throughout the whole film. It's not on and on and on though, but it's good. It's good comedy, especially with Chris Farley. Especially if you've seen all of his SNL stuff, you know, so it shows if he didn't do all the drug overdoses and all that stuff, just he had a lot of potentially go and make a lot more funny films like he did with Tomboy and Black Sheep. Why is it always the good talented actors that's just gone way too soon, you know? So. And same thing happened with John Belushi. I think he was like around the same age as Chris Farley was. And died of drug overdose as well. You know? It's just such a shame, you know? Why did they decide to do this stuff, you know? They're eventually gonna kill them, you know? It's just... I don't know. I'm not them, so... But it's just sad, though. I mean, hey, later, like from a few years ago, you know, Philip Seymour Hoffman died the same way, and he was much older. You know, died of drugs as well. That always seems to be the main cause of like, for most actors, you know, die as drugs overdose. So. But yeah, it's just too bad. It's a shame of Chris Farley. He had so much potential. But getting back to the story, like, he almost avoided getting arrested thanks to his brother, and like he does. There's this thing where he can like, a part of him can like go like up in the clouds or something like that, where you talk to your sensei and stuff like that. Like part of yourself can make like. Think of like Doctor Strange. Think of like with Doctor Strange, you know, your astral form basically. It's something like that. It's that kind of technique. So it talks to Sensei, say, you know, you have. Even it says he tried and he failed though, but his Sensei wants him to continue to prove himself. So, and it even gives him like the, you know, the white ninja outfit he has right here. And he asks for Chris Rock, you know, to like when he blindfolds and tells him where to go, where the bad guy's place is. He gives him the wrong directions, and it ends up like in this scene right here, where they end up in a car wash. So, but eventually they find the right place, where thanks to Robin Shou, who like knocked Chris Rock out to get him to the right place, and Chris Farley climbs up this palm tree to make him swing to one part of the building. Chris Rock's watching, it's like, yeah, go ninja and all that. And even Chris Rock, he attempts to do the same, does the same thing as well. And then it gets to the point where Chris Farley does some physical stuff, along with Robin Chow. It was some cool physical stuff, fisticuffs, you could say, that Chris Farley does. And then the girl, Nicollette Sheridan, is tied up. There's this bomb. And then the bad guy, Nathaniel Parker, tries shooting Chris Farley. He does he's deflecting the bullets with this double sword like this. I would say it is kind of badass, where he just does deflect the bullets with swords. So I know that Chris Farley does get a couple of badass moments. I will get that. And when the bad guy's getting away, when Chris Farley's trying to disarm the bomb, takes this harpoon and takes it harpoons straight past and into the bad guy's truck, takes the thing with him, and including the bomb, and it blows up, saving them. But then the bad guys get arrested, and back home in Japan, he is now the Great White Ninja, by his sensei and his friends, his brother, who's now in the wheelchair. So and then he gets with Nicollette Sheridan. They're together. They're gonna go back to Beverly Hills, and then as they're leaving on the bus, a grappling hook is hooked to Robin Chow's wheelchair, and as the bus drives away, Robin Chow's in the wheelchair. He's getting dragged along with him, and then he gets tossed into the ocean, and Chris Farley's like, "Oh, sorry, brother." So, yeah, it just makes me smile. So because I miss Chris Farley. Just a guy who has so much potential, and just cause life's short, just freaking drugs, It's a great shame, It's just a guy who had a lot of potential talent for future movies. Although I say with Shrek, I like to hear a whole movie with him as Shrek. Who knows what other future films he would go on to do? The comedies of film of today. I don't think the comedy films of today. I don't think it would suit Chris Farley for me. The comedy films of today. I cannot picture Chris Farley in. I cannot. When I talk about because my nose got stuffed up again. Yeah, if Chris Farley was still alive today, I just can't picture him doing in comedy films of horror today. I just can't. So we'll never know because he like you said, he went before his time. So. And plus, this film for this Tomboy and Black Sheep is better than some of the comedies we get today. Sad to say. I prefer this than most of the comedies we get because Chris Farley seemed like had a charming, funny talent, personality to him. Just how he is with see him in Black Sheep and Tomboy in this film. It's a shame, and it's sad that he's now no longer with us. Joy is I remember seeing some of his SNL stuff. Because I hardly watch Saturday Night Live though, but when I saw Chris Farley, he was great. So yeah, Chris Farley he did a really good job in this movie. He was funny. As for supporting cast, Nicollette Sheridan, she was fine. Nathaniel Parker, well, the bad guy is forgettable because you're here to watch for Chris Farley. It was cool to see Chris Rock along with Chris Farley. He was fine for the role he had. Wish he had a bit more screen time. But it was cool he got to share on screen with Chris Farley. Robin Shaw was funny, trying to protect his brother and all that stuff, and then gets his ass kicked as well. But yeah, Dennis Dugan did good with this film. It's better than some of the Adam Sandler films I've seen. What was the last good Adam Sandler film that I've seen? I don't know. better than some of the new stuff he's better than Jack and Jill, better than That's My Boy, definitely. Better than Pixels, too. I find that's much funnier than Pixels. But yeah. Over here on the front cover is saying it's lively and funny. I agree with that. It's definitely funny. Farley has a flawless talent for physical comedy. It's a kick. I definitely had a kick watching this. I did. So yeah. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Beverly Hills Ninja. I give it a thumbs up because, you know, for a guy who, like I said, I keep repeating myself, but he went way too soon. I miss Chris Farley. Talented guy, had a lot of potential for future films, and it was never meant to be, you could say. But I enjoy Beverly Hills Ninja. But that's my thoughts on it. If you haven't seen it, if it was a fan of Chris Farley, well, if you're a fan of Chris Farley, of course you've seen the movie along with the other ones. But if anyone who's not seen the film, I recommend you watch it. It's worth a watch. But Beverly Hills Ninja, I enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned on the next video. Later.